Don't do these 5 things when you're looking to get 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. Here are 5 lessons that I learned. Obviously, there's a ton more lessons that I can go into, but I would say these are the 5 main ones that come to mind of my struggles and my things that ended up hindering me getting to 1K faster, I guess. So I recently just hit 1K. I have some tips and tricks that I want to give to you. I think number 1 on the list, you've probably heard a million times, but I kind of want to dive deep into that and just kind of share some examples and things like that. But really, I just want to provide some value for you guys. I realize how high a goal 1K subs truly is. I understand the struggles to get there. I've been on YouTube for 10 years now. I was in your exact shoes. I was watching videos, just trying to get that extra inspiration. I doubted myself. I wanted to quit quite a few times. And I even thought about switching channels or like creating a new channel from scratch, this and that. So I totally understand where you're at. I hope you guys can get value out of this video. Without further ado, let's get into today's video. Number 1 on the list, and this is one that you've probably heard 1,000 times, but I have some examples of this. Consistency. I know you've heard it. Consistency, consistency, consistency. Well, firsthand experience with this, I've been on YouTube for 10 years now. I would say up until 2019, I wasn't super consistent with my videos. Like, why am I not growing? Why isn't this happening? There's a lot that goes into it for sure. But one thing is I wasn't super consistent. I would upload maybe once a month, or like I'd have like those weird kicks where I'm like, I'd be consistent for 3 weeks straight. And then I'm like, well, nothing really happened. And then I go back to doing like once a month or twice a month, you know, things like that. And then I kind of went through ebbs and flows. Once I graduated high school, I started taking it more serious. I started being more consistent, and I was at a 2-year community college. Things were going better. I had my friends with me, but during this time I was able to focus on my content, make more content. I was working, but I was still, you know, making videos. So I started to see growth. That's when I finally hit 200 subscribers, and I made that 200 subscriber video. Like things were working. After the 2 years of that college, I ended up going to a university. I left my friends. They didn't end up going with me. And at this time, I turned 21, and I ended up getting braces for the 2nd time. And I also have a fake tooth. I don't have one now, but there was a gap here where I was supposed to get a fake tooth. So during this time, I had braces with a giant gap. You know, I was going through my ugly duckling stage all over again as a 21-year-old. So I wasn't super motivated to make videos. I was a little bit embarrassed. I wasn't consistent at all. So there was just like a whole 2-year phase of me just like doing little videos here and there. Once I graduated college, thankfully the gap had closed up. The last 2 years I've taken YouTube a lot more seriously. I've been doing like at least once a week. Uploads, I've missed a couple weeks, but then there's also been a couple spurts where I'll do twice a week, things like that. And I have more than doubled the subscriber amount that I had 2 years ago. I went from like 400 something to now 1,000 plus. I believe because of my consistency behind all that, I ended up finally reaching the goal of 1K subs. So yes, consistency I think is a huge component of this, and that's why it's number 1 on my list. Okay, number 2, and this one, take with a grain of salt, please, because this one could definitely be the most controversial, which is have a niche. Now for me, my niche, especially in the beginning, wasn't clear. I think that's another reason why I didn't grow super fast. And that's also why it took 2 years for me to finally double my subscribers as well. It's because honestly my videos are vlog, outdoor adventures, travel, this and that. Like it's like 3 or 4 different segments all meshed into this channel. And I kind of want this channel to be like a representation of like my personality and the things that I love. Like it's called Living the Dream, and ultimately this is my dream, is to share, you know, the things that I'm going through, the things that I've done, and like just share all these hopefully inspiring and entertaining moments to ultimately bring you guys joy or just entertainment, or, you know, make an impact on you somehow. And so with me not having a niche, it took a long time. I'm not gonna lie. I think, and I've told my friends this as well, is if you were to start a YouTube channel, or if you have a YouTube channel now, if you start with a niche, or if you begin to start to have a niche, your vision becomes so much clearer. Your chances of growing are exponentially higher because you have a designated area that will continue to be pushed in the algorithm. Where for me, YouTube's like, what the heck is this guy doing? Like, he's hiking, he's traveling to Korea, he's camping. Oh, now he's talking about his faith. Like, I get it. I understand why my videos don't get pushed as much. Number 3, no story. So with me and my videos, once again, I feel like my vlogs are really random. They don't usually perform really well unless you kind of do something a little bit clickbaity. Obviously, you want to share like cool moment to make something out of nothing. And like, that's something that I've pushed to do and I like to do, and I like making vlogs. At the same time, the videos that for me have performed pretty well, at least for me and my channel, are the videos where I have a purpose. I planned the videos out. I knew what I was gonna say. I had, you know, dialogue, or like the editing just was clear. My Insta360 video, straight to the point. Like, do you really need the Insta360 X4? Like, that video has continued to bring in views just because it's something that can be ranked. It has a purpose, and ultimately, I'm not being dishonest. Like, I'm truly giving you my authentic thoughts. It's a good camera, but is the X5 gonna be better? Should you maybe save up for that? Probably. So having a purpose, having a story, and you could argue like, my vlogs are a story. It's the overarching, like, this is my life. And I completely resonate with that. I recorded so much of like my high school and things like that, and none of them really had a purpose, but that was a huge chunk of my life that I have documented. That is really cool to look back on and share, and like, I don't know, reminisce on as well, because like, those are core memories, right? So I'm not saying don't do any of that. I'm just saying, if you truly expect growth and you truly expect videos to perform well, try to have a story behind it and an overarching purpose. Number 4, no patience. Patience is key, especially in my case. Once again, there's channels out there that blow up like that. YouTube is a long-term game. Keep that in mind. Like, it's not a sprint, this is a marathon. So keep that in mind as you're going forward. Understand that each video is just an opportunity for you to get better, to maybe show a little bit more of your personality, to grow as a creator, as a editor, you know, whatever it is, storyteller. These are all opportunities for you. And especially from like a faith-based perspective, just know that this is all in God's timing. And this is something I touched on in one of my recent videos as well. As for me, I have always wanted, you know, to take control and set up my own will. Like, I want to be here by this day. I want to have this many subscribers, this and that. But ultimately, it left me anxious, stressed, and unhappy. And that led to number 5 here on the list as well. But just remember, God's timing is way better than ours, and just trust the process, lean on God, understand the purpose, and understand who you're trying to reach, and that will help immensely. All right, number 5 on the list, and this is just something I think is just a good word of advice. I think anybody under 1K subs who is really trying to get to 1K subs is probably guilty of this. Comparison is the thief of joy. Don't let comparison destroy your motivation, your ambition. Don't let it destroy your goals and the things that you have set out to do. Realize where you're at, realize your goals, understand where you want to be, and it will all fall into place. So those are the top 5. I will also say something that has helped me immensely. There are 2 services that I use that help me out a lot, and that is TubeBuddy, and that is also vidIQ. Both of them are a very similar service. They kind of each have their own perks and benefits. I do have affiliate links down below if you guys want to use those. I would greatly appreciate the support on that. I also have affiliate links to like some different things that I use for my camera gear, like the Joby GorillaPod, Insta360 X4, X5, the DJI mic, all that. So if you guys are looking to upgrade your video performance and you want to support me in the process, I would greatly appreciate if you use those affiliate links to go about doing that. And if you stay till the end of the video, this just shows that you have the ambition and the want and the drive to get to 1K. So once again, just thank you so much for even clicking on this video. It really means a lot. Please like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. I would really appreciate it. That is the end of today's video. Once again, this channel obviously has some adventures to it, so I will catch you guys in the next awesome adventure. Here we go.